Well, first of all, thanks for the invitation to participate in this event. So my name is Matti and I work as the Secretary General of the Mikkeli University Consortium. And I thought that maybe I'll tell a little bit about my background, my experience and what I do for work and how it's related to questions of internationalization and getting adjusted here in Mikkeli. And you mentioned that the life is around 3 places. In my case, it's around 4 places. So it's work, children's hobbies, home, and grocery store. But that's kind of the daily routine, like today. But I was born in Kuhmo, about 400 kilometers north from here. Well, now I've been living here in Mikkeli almost 20 years. I'm a proud father of 3. I studied in Joensuu, University of Joensuu that time, now just part of University of Eastern Finland. My major was general history. I studied Russian language, cultural studies, business studies. So I have kind of 4 different areas in my background. I do education. My home background is sort of working class type background. My parents also were immigrants for a few years and they came back to Finland. But there are a couple of principles I learned from them, which, well, I try my best to follow those. First one is to treat everyone equally, and the other one is to value people according to what they do and say instead of where they come from. I try to follow those. My work experience, I worked in St. Petersburg for a few years. I spent maybe about 2 years of my life there. But I've been working in the universities here in Mikkeli for about 20 years now. And for the last 15 years I've been working at the Secretary General of the University Consortium. And here in Mikkeli it consists of units from 3 universities, University of Helsinki, Aalto University and Lund University. Altogether there's about 120 of us, full-time staff, about 80 visitors. And then about students, there's a little more than 250 of them here in Mikkeli. But what we have in this community is a lot of people from different parts of the world. About 1/4 of the staff and students are coming from abroad. Besides the work, I have some board memberships, a real estate company, a couple of foundations and a local bank. But they kind of help me in getting a bigger picture of the development in this region. A few words about the work at the University Consortium. It's sort of getting and keeping people here in the community, finding solutions that benefit both the city and the region, but also finding solutions and joint projects between the universities, like research projects, development projects, events, and also communication. And altogether there's about maybe 20 nationalities represented in this community. There are differences, and there's always kind of the question of how to balance between kind of different needs and different possibilities, different habits, different languages. English is quite widely spoken in the community, but not all of us speak English. And then again, not all of the staff speak Finnish. So again, with the communication, we need to use 2 languages there. Then what comes to Finland, South-Savo and Mikkeli, well, I would say this is not easy environment. As a country we live from exporting products, services and know-how. But in my opinion, the kind of level of internationalization varies very much inside in Finland. There is discrimination, there are problems in Finland. And as a nation, we are also getting old. We have increased problems in finding workforce, and in my opinion, getting people from outside to Finland is one of the priorities. But at the same time, we have here structural problems that cause dissatisfaction. I've identified at least these, there might be some more for sure, but well, aging population is one of them. People moving from smaller communities to bigger cities. A lot of jobs have been moved outside of the country, especially production. Then the differences inside of Finland, they are increasing. The West, for example, gets more investments than the East of Finland at the moment. And not to mention that we have a war raging neighbor, and that has a serious impact on us as well. These, what I've identified, they are difficult questions or trends that don't have easy solutions, but we have more and more people who claim that there are easy solutions, and at the same time we have more and more people who believe that. And I consider that as a major problem in the society. All the universities we work, can't fix all the problems alone. We can do our share. Well, what is the main task of the universities? It's basically to produce information, research, study information. Locally, we try to help to understand what is needed in these changes and to study about the future possibilities. Of course, information is kind of the main task of the universities, but there are some things that are not the main task, but we have considered important here in Mikkeli. And I would like to mention a couple of them that concerns internationalization. In 2012, we started International Mikkeli Day events here together with all the secondary and higher level educational institutions. We noticed quite dramatic change in the attitudes and language towards people coming outside from Finland, and we thought that we need to do something at least. And we wanted to highlight that Mikkeli is, well, relatively international, but everything is kind of hidden. So we wanted to kind of raise the awareness of what we have here in Mikkeli. Now it has become a tradition. There's going to be at least 12 International Mikkeli has been organized so far. I was not the father of the idea, I was the person who kind of got things started, but thanks to finding this event, go to Joan Lofgren and Henrik Tessier, who had the idea, and I came there to help them. Then another project that we started last year, it's called What to Do in Mikkeli. And we were planning the start of the academic year together with people from Aalto and Lund universities almost a year ago. And there is other life than studies or work. In my opinion, hobbies and what we do on the free time, it's an important part or important way to get to know people. And we were wondering how to help people who don't speak Finnish, because you see all the sports clubs and associations, they have the information only in Finnish. So we founded a website under the muc.fi, the English side of it. It's called What to Do in Mikkeli. And the idea is to have as many as possible free time activities, sports, and so on included with a contact person who can start in the beginning. For example, if you're interested in boxing and you only find info in Finnish, we have there a contact person who speaks English and can help to get started. The idea, I have kind of personal experience on that. I have a friend who came to Mikkeli as a child. Their family, they were refugees. He went on to play football, and with that, with the hobby, he found friends, he learned the language, and he's doing really well at the moment. We originally started, I mean, the idea was originally to help the MUC community, but we know that it helps others as well, and I know that the other educational institutions are sharing the information, so is the city of Mikkeli. I'm not sure how much I've contributed to the idea of the event here, how to benefit and contribute to the region, but these are two examples of how to kind of help at least a little bit. So my suggestion is that all the possible places, events, hobbies where we can learn about other people and language, they do help. There are services available in English to a certain level, but knowing the local language, it does open doors. And I have experience of that from, being outside of Finland working. And the language also helps in understanding how how the Finnish society works, how much we trust the certain systems, the bureaucracy as well. So language is kind of the key, but I think that at the moment it is only just the easy part. There's the other side to that. It's kind of difficult to change some of the negative attitudes of local people, and either they are intentional or unintentional, and it really takes time, a lot of efforts to get people to know. But I would like to highlight the language as a kind of thing. But this was my thoughts on developing Mikkeli.
Okay, thank you so much.